So someone just sent me this beautiful dress to make it for her, and I'm like, let me share the process with you, my beautiful fashionistas. So welcome back to Yvonne Winifred UG. If you are new, I'm Yvonne. Kindly subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss on the beautiful designs that we share here. So let's start the process. So I have this Ankara fabric. I have the front and the back folded into two according to the hip measurement, the largest measurement that I'm working with, plus the allowances. And for the back that is down, I have 3/4 of an inch as the zipper allowance. And I've marked the shoulder line already, and also I've marked or I've remained with some allowance at the top. Always remember to leave allowance. So from the shoulder line, I've marked 9 inches for the armhole, then 17 inches for the waistline, and then 25 for the hip line, and then the entire length is 43 inches, but I added 2 inches for hemming, so I have 45 inches all together. So starting off, coming on top here, I have the shoulder measurement, half of the shoulder measurement plus ½ inch, it is 8.5. So I mark the same here where the armhole will end, then connect a straight line so that I start carving out the armhole. So from this straight line, I take off 1 inch that will aid when we are slanting the shoulder. Then I get whatever is remaining, I get its midpoint, that is dividing it by 2. Whatever I have, I move in by ½ an inch for this size. If somebody is very small, you move in by 3/4 of an inch. So I carve out the front armhole like that, and then from that same midpoint I just carve out the back armhole. So they are quite different. Back and front are quite different. So having marked that, I come up here to mark the neckline. So for the width, I'm working with 3.5 inches, and then the depth, I want to go with 4 inches. So the neckline I'm working with is a curved neckline, so I just connect my 2 points curved like that, and where the neckline stops at the shoulder line, I connect to the shoulder slant of 1 inch, and on top here where the allowance is, I add ½ an inch as the shoulder joining allowance, then connect the points like that. So far so good. So now for the bust, waist and the hip measurements, I divide each by 4 plus 1 inch as the sewing allowance. And if you want some ease allowance, you can add 1/4 or even half or even 1 inch, especially if you don't want to use a back zipper. And I mark accordingly onto those lines, and after I just connect those points like this to form this nice shape. So remember, all those round measurements, we divide them by 4, then you add the allowances accordingly. So now I also mark the back neckline, it is 1 inch. So after all that, I just grab my pair of scissors and start cutting. So after cutting everything, this is what I have. So I correct the front armhole because it is deeper, as you saw when we were marking. And now this is what I have when I open it up. So to finish up the necklines, I'll cut some facings, and also to finish up the armholes, I'll use sleeves. So guys, this is the sleeve. It's not all that detailed. I have a detailed tutorial. Please check it out on my channel, how to cut a basic sleeve, but its length is 10 inches. And then from there I just start cutting out all that I've marked. So I cut out the back markings first, or the back armhole. So you see, even at the sleeve they are different. The back one is a bit raised and the front one is a little bit deeper. So this is the front one next that I'm cutting, and after I just fold it again, then cut out the side shape like that, simply. So now these are all my parts. I have my two sleeves, they are here. Then I have my facings, and I just duplicated the necklines and measured about 3.5 inches as the length for both facings. So that's what I have. So now guys, we have to prepare to start sewing. So at the sewing machine, I'll start with the sleeves. I'll just hem them by double folding by 1/2 inch at the hemline, both sleeves, and then I'll grab my main pieces and right sides facing each other with the facings. I align them properly, then pin them down for easy sewing, guys. Always pin them down and then sew along the neckline by 1/2 inch. That is both for the front and the back. Make sure the right sides are facing each other and you sew along the wrong sides. So after the sewing, I'll join the shoulders, both sides, and then I also join the sleeves, so that I sew starting from the sleeve openings by 1 inch up to the waistline. Remember, it has slits on the side, so don't forget to subscribe, please, please, please. And after some time, this is what I have after all the sewing. So guys, after joining this back, the center back, I will leave a zipper allowance. I'm using a short zipper because this is kind of like a top and it has slits opened at the side, so no need of a long zipper. So, and if you don't want a zipper, you can just clean finish that center back, and then you're good to go. You just add a button and then you're good to go. So this is the inside of the dress, guys, and for the slits I'll just double fold again to finish them up neatly like that, just as we sew a slit. Make sure here where they start from, you tuck it down properly so that they don't unravel. So I'll do that for both sides, and after I'll just double fold by 1 inch at the hemline, finish it up properly, all this lower part, and then we'll be good to go. It is a simple dress, kind of a maxi top, simple and so stylish. So this is what I have after everything. So these are the slits. I had to tuck properly. And the hemline, the inside looks like this, and this is the back. The zipper is intact, so it is a simple zipper. You can use a blind zipper, you can leave the zipper if you have enough ease allowance, guys. Remember, there is no dirt in this dress. So this is what we have, beautifully done, simple and quick. You can rock it with a nice trouser and you're good to go. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe, please.